Good evening, viewers. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint, and I'm your host, Raki Jallo. You're welcome to yet another edition of your favorite program, Eastern Educational Development, which comes your way each and every Tuesday around this time. Today we have with us a very important personality that is no other than a lady that is very respectable, the newest lawyer in town, I will call her. And then she will get to introduce herself later. We would like to welcome her to our platform. I believe this is your first time to appear on our platform.
Yes.
And you're welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Raki. I am doing fine, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Yeah, we're glad to have you on our platform. Can you please introduce yourself to the viewers?
Yes, my name is Awagai, and Raki Jallo here happens to be one of my favorite teachers from junior school. So it's always a pleasure to be sharing space with her, and I am really excited about this interview. And like I said, my name is Awagai. I am a Gambian. I recently got called to the Gambian bar. I am a women's rights activist and a lot more. But basically, that's a rundown of who I am.
That's a good intro. Tell us a little about your educational background, Awa.
Yes, so unlike a lot of people with a similar story like mine, I was born in Pakaonjogu, which is a village in the North Bank region. I started my school in there. That is Pakaonjogu Lower Basic School. And from there, I only did my grade 1 there.
Yeah.
And from there, I came to the Combos because my mom was living here. So I had to come to the Combos to live with my mom.
Yeah.
And then I went to St. Charles Luanga Lower Basic School, where I continued my education from grade 2 to grade 6.
Yeah.
From there, I went to Charles Dow Memorial Academy, Alpacan School, right?
Yes,
that's
Alpacan School. Our school.
That's where I met this amazing Raki, and she taught me in grade 7. She taught me arts and craft. She was really amazing in the way she taught us, and because of that, I had this connection with her. And I did my grade 7 to 9, Charles Dow Memorial Academy Junior School, and then I decided to continue my education there from grade 10 to 12, because they later had a high school.
Yeah.
So I did my high school there, and I remember during my time I was the head girl. And from there
From the quiet girl to a head girl.
Yes, exactly. I was very quiet. You can ask her. From grade 7, I used to be the quietest girl in class.
I'm very timid. Always scared of.
So you can imagine that, how I evolved and the whole process. So yeah, and then I graduated in 2013 from Charles Dow Memorial Academy. And I went to pursue an LLB in law at the University of the Gambia.
UTG.
Yes, UTG. From 2013, I'm talking about the year I started my high school. That's in 2013. So I started UTG in 2016.
2016, yeah.
Yes, and then I graduated in 2020. Yes, even though the graduation was very slow. Instead of 2020, we graduated in 2021.
Yeah.
But we completed the program in 2020. And after my program at the UTG, I decided to pursue a barrister at law program at the Gambia Law School, which is in Banjul. And I recently got called to the bar last month as a barrister and solicitor of the Supreme Court of the Gambia.
Yeah.
And currently I am doing my pupillage at the Temple Legal Practitioners, which is headed by the president of the Gambia Bar Association. Yes.
Okay. That's a good rundown of your educational background.
Yeah.
I would like to know whether you are from a literate family.
I wouldn't call my family literate, but I wouldn't also call them illiterate.
Yeah.
So I'll just say semi-literate family. This is because, no one in my family has come this far the way I have come when it comes to education. My uncles have gone to school. My mom went to school, but just for a short period.
Yeah.
So most of them stopped at around what they used to call during the olden days, Form 1 and
Form 1, Form 2.
Yeah, those things. But to have someone go through university, go through the bar school, on a journey to becoming a lawyer, that is not something that someone in my family has achieved when it comes to education. So I would say we're trying when it comes to education, but then I would describe them as semi-literate. But because I'm part of them now, so hopefully
it's now a literate family.
My generation would make it literate.
I know the younger ones will look up to you.
Yes.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
How would you balance the ratio of the girls and boys in school? How would you balance it? How do you see the education system?
I think we're doing very well now compared to before.
Yeah.
Because I remember when my uncle used to tell me that my mom and a lot of other girls dropped out of school because of the fact that girls' education wasn't really easy back then. Now we have girls going to school, even though there's still room for improvement. I believe we've come a long way.
So,
and now, I feel like, let's say, girls to boys or boys to girls? How do you want me to?
Girls to boys.
Girls to boys. Okay, I'll give it a 4 and a 6. I feel like we still have more boys. But
yes, there are still more boys in school.
There's still more boys.
Yes, but the girls are coming up too.
Yes, there has been a lot of improvement.
Yeah, there is a little bit of gap.
Yes,
that can still be filled.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right. Now, give us a rundown of your activities that you used to do as a school girl, so that the girls can know what you used to do until you reach this stage.
I think you said something really important during the beginning. The fact that I was very quiet and I was very timid. Yeah, but with all of that timidness, there was this very smart girl that was always thinking a lot.
I know about that.
And I was very much focused on my education. I didn't allow anything to distract me.
I know.
So with all the quietness, we have people that are quiet and they're very stubborn.
They are not focused.
Yes. So for me, I'd say focus was my biggest
priority.
Exactly. It was my biggest priority, and I really made sure I did my assignments, my homework, and I also made sure I respected my teachers. I respected everyone that I crossed paths with on school, on the school campus.
I can attest to that.
Yes, because I didn't want to put myself in a situation that would really affect my education or deter me from pursuing my goal.
Yeah.
So I made sure those things were my priority, and I made sure whatever task I was given, I did it in a very timeous manner to ensure that everything was done perfectly well and all of that. But yeah, and then when I became head girl, I had more things to do. Of course, I was responsible for working with the administration and of course representing the student body. Exactly. So for me, it's always been about the respect. Most of the things that I got during high school, I would say it was because of the respect.
Yeah.
Even with me becoming head girl and all of that, it was not something I expected, but it was just the way I handled myself, and it just came to me that way. And I was like, okay, this is a task for me, and I believe I can handle it. So why not?
And you did it to the best of your ability.
Thank you.
Coming back to that, what were the challenges? Still on a follow-up question, on that same question. You had challenges as a student.
Yes.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
So what were the challenges?
My whole life, my biggest challenge going to school was transportation.
Yeah. Because you lived far.
I never lived close to my school. I was always traveling miles and miles and miles every time. So I got so used to traveling. Like I say those things all the time. The fact that I keep traveling all the time, and even when I grow up older, I feel like those things are gonna change, but it keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
So wherever I go, the distance keeps getting far and far. So transportation
has always been your problem, and I know of
and a daily hassle.
Yeah, it was so stressful on you. I know. So How does it feel to be the first lawyer in your family? I know that's fun.
That's a big one, but you know, for me, it's very accomplishing. It feels so good, and not just good for me or for myself, but I'm looking forward to the generation after me. I'm looking forward to my cousins doing better. Looking forward to all the little girls that we have in my family. So basically, it's the impact that I am creating, and how fulfilling that is. How I am able to show other girls in my family that they can also do it and they can do better.
That's serving as a role model to the younger ones in your family and the community at large.
Yes.
Good. So as a lawyer, what areas of law are most interested in? What are you most interested in?
I am very much passionate about human rights, and I can say this is one of the reasons why I decided to study law, because I am someone really, you know, passionate about social justice, social change, women's rights, and all of that. So for me, it's human rights, and I'm really looking forward to even doing a master's degree on human rights to better expand my knowledge on how I can contribute to that area. Yeah.
I wish you good luck on that.
Thank you very much, inshallah.
What adjectives would your friends use to describe you?
My friends, oh my God.
I have my own adjective.
Okay, you can. Let's start with you then, because I can call you my friend too.
Tell me about yours first. Tell me about yours.
So my friends are part of the nicest people I have in my life, and they keep complimenting me all the time.
I know. You have a close knit of friends that you move around with since you were kids.
Yeah.
I know about that.
So for me, the first one would be kindness. My friends keep telling me how kind I am and how I am always there for them and how honest I am. So I think I would just go with kindness and honesty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I'll keep mine. I'll reserve mine.
No, tell me.
I don't want to tell the video. I don't want the audience to know the other side.
Okay.
So I know you're kind. I know you are ambitious. I know all that.
So when we're done,
so the other one, I don't want to tell the public. I'll keep it to.
So that's a bad one, right?
No, it's not a bad one. But I don't want them to know that side of you. So the other question that I have for you, Awa, is what is your biggest strength?
My biggest strength is my ability to put myself in other people's shoes and to advise them better. I think that has really given me the opportunity to work with a diverse group of people, to understand them. And, going up country all the time because of work and other related issues, I've been able to really understand other people. Yeah. And this is because I believe I have the ability to really put myself in their shoes and understand them and talk to them. And I'd say one of the things that contributed to this is my background. Yeah. Because I have a mixed background. Someone would just see me and say, look at this girl, she's a city girl. Yeah. And they don't know the story behind that girl. So I've had several experiences, and that has molded me to really, make me a better person and to really stand out in whatever I do. Yeah.
And it has made you become a strong woman. Yeah. A strong young woman. Not a big woman, but a small one. How do you handle feedback, Awa?
For me, feedbacks are always good because they help you to become better. They help you to improve what you're doing. Sometimes maybe some of the people that give you feedback need to do it the right way. Yeah. Because it also depends on where the feedback is coming from and how
they give it.
Exactly. But regardless, I feel feedbacks are good and they need to be taken seriously and reacted
positively.
Yeah, exactly. So
talking about feedback still, do you get criticized? Do you feel that you have critics at the corner?
I think everybody has one or two or more.
Sometimes you don't get to know them, but they're always there.
Yes. Some of them would not come out. But they would be criticizing you on the ground. And some of them would tell you to your face, you're doing this or that, but it's not this way, it's not that way. So it just depends on you and how you handle it. And I'm
and
very
you
good.
you let things go. You don't have anything.
I'm a people's person, so I always know how to talk around things and get to communicate with the other person without being rude or whatever. Because that is also very important.
Comportment is important. It's important. So going on to the next question is, what is your biggest accomplishment?
This year has been really amazing.
Yeah.
So I hope
Tell me about it.
I hope the rest of 2022 will be that amazing.
It will be, for sure.
So, well, I thought the biggest one was the call to the bar.
Yeah.
Because I went through
That's a big one.
I went through a lot
Yeah.
to get that
I know.
certificate. So
it has not been easy.
Yeah. So I was so proud of myself being part of the top 10. You know.
And that's huge. Yeah. Be part of the top 10.
Graduating top 10 and being called to the Gambian bar.
Yeah.
You know, a challenge that we all had, and some couldn't make it, some made it. So for me, it was a huge achievement yes, considering where I came from and how far I've come. Also from there, you know, moving forward to the SHE Awards, the fact that it has become bigger and better this year, the turnout, the dignitaries that we had on board, the partners that we were able to get. So for me, that was really big, and it was that huge. You know, when you're looking at something to be successful and it turns out to be extra successful, and then you're like,
and that's what actually happened. And you're like, it was like the talk of the town. Everybody was talking about it.
And you're like, wow, I didn't expect that to happen. So for me, that was also another big accomplishment. So two of those things.
They are very big accomplishments, and then we say a big bravo to you for them.
Thank you very much.
How do you handle stressful work situations? When work is stressful on you, how do you manage?
So you know, I love food.
Even though you don't get fat. I know about that one.
So I don't know, usually when I'm stressed with work or something, I make sure I eat, I make sure I take care of myself, I make sure I relax, I calm down, take a few minutes break if I need to, you know, re-energize and then go back to work. So I make sure that self-care is a priority whenever I am stressed, because you can't be stressed and you expect yourself to be productive. You have to take a break and then re-energize and get back to work. Exactly. So for me, that's how I do it.
That's your routine.
Yeah.
For work. What is your biggest weakness? Is my next question. And how are you working on improving that?
That's a tough one, but I would say my biggest weakness is not being able to put myself first on certain occasions.
I know.
Not always, but sometimes I find it difficult, and I'm always considering other people.
Other people first before yourself.
Exactly. I'm always considering how they feel. I feel it is selfless in a way, but then I also feel I need to put myself first
in certain areas.
Yes. So I think that has been
one of your weaknesses.
That has been my weakness, and sometimes I feel also it's a blessing.
Yeah.
Because it helps me to feel what other people are feeling, and it also helps me to really be considerate and not just consider myself. Even though sometimes it can be, you know, not really okay with me, but I really hope to improve on that end. And where it is necessary to put myself first,
you try to prioritize yourself too.
So I'm really working on that area.
If you're selfless, that's what happens.
Yes.
People think you're the strong person when sometimes you cry on your own as well. So,
exactly.
Yeah. So you try to at least consider yourself more now.
Yes.
How do you prioritize your work? How do you do that?
You mean?
How do you balance work and home?
Well,
because I know you spend most of the time in the office.
Yeah. I'm usually at work from 8:30 to 5, and then from Monday to Friday, and then there's home during the weekend. So yeah, you're right. I spend most of my time
in the office.
At work, and it's very tiring sometimes, especially the fact that I've started my pupillage. Sometimes I just get home and I sleep.
Yeah.
Because I am so tired.
You're so stressed out.
And
the body needs rest.
My aunt would come and tell me, "You've not eaten. Are you not gonna eat?" I'll be like, "Okay, I'm so tired. I don't think I can even eat right now." So it has not been easy. It has not been easy, and I think that is a balance I'm still trying to get
used to.
So it's something I'm working on. So I might not be able to really provide, a balance that I'm using to work on it, but it's a work in progress.
Good. Yeah, and hopefully you will improve on that too.
Yeah, sure, inshallah.
Because it will take time for you to get used to all that.
Yes, definitely.
I would like to know what made you pursue a career in the legal field.
Yes, so for me...
What prompted you? Because I used to know the shy one. Now she wants to be a lawyer. Now she has become a lawyer. She wants two different people.
Yeah, she was shy, but she had a lot of things in her head.
Yes.
You know those quiet people that have a lot of big dreams and they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
So she was that kind of girl. So I was always very happy whenever I saw lawyers acting on movies, on TV. It gave me so much excitement. And there was this time when we had about Fata Bensouda, and that also really inspired me. Because for me, I always look up to a lot of women that are role models, that are doing very well in society. And I was like, okay, I'm very much passionate about activism, about women's rights. So I said to myself, one way I can contribute to the work that I am doing as an activist is to study law and to contribute my own quota towards the development of women's rights, children's rights, and the rights of the marginalized groups. So that really encouraged me, aside from the inspiration that I had, of course, to pursue a career in law. And I am really glad I made that decision. Yeah.
You know, apart from your, how to call it, your, how to call it again?
My
How do I
passion?
give it? Yes, your passion for law. You got inspiration from outside forces as well. That is the lawyers that we had in the Gambia, female lawyers especially.
Yes.
Coming to the next question, how do you hope to serve your clients and the community as a lawyer?
Well, I hope to use this privileged opportunity to get to learn more about the legal profession, and I hope that will really help me to work better with clients in the future, and to also see ways I can impact the community when it comes to legal ways. Already, I am working with the Law Hub Gambia to help regarding that, because we're providing free access to online legal information in the Gambia.
Okay.
So that is one way to contributing to society. Because I feel like advocating against change is one thing, but creating access to that change is also very critical.
Thing, yeah.
Exactly. So I'm doing my part with the Law Hub, and we're trying as much as possible to put a lot of case laws, a lot of legislations up there that people can have access to. So when you need, let's say, the Women's Act, or you need something that you can refer to,
you can always visit.
You can always visit there.
That's easy access.
Exactly.
Good. In your opinion, then, how can the legal system improve to make sure that all people get a fair trial? In your opinion, I mean. In your view?
I think we're trying as a country, but we still have a long way to go. And for me, in my opinion, I feel like we need to support more of these initiatives that are providing access to legal information, because we have a lot of people that go to court every day, a lot of clients. Yes, they have lawyers, but I feel like it's important for them to also have access to the laws in order for them to understand their rights and all of that. So I feel like it's very much important if NGOs like the Law Hub are supported to really build their capacity, so they can also contribute more to providing access to these legal resources. I believe that would really contribute more to our justice system.
Yeah, that would be a big
Yes.
plus for it. Your work at Law Hub, coming to that, give us a rundown of the activities you do there.
So I started contributing with the Law Hub from 2018. The Law Hub is a non-governmental organization which is self-funded by the founder, Dr. Satang Nabane, who was a lecturer at the University of the Gambia.
Satang Nabane.
Yes, and currently she's lecturing in Dayton University in the United States. Yes. So what we do at the Law Hub is to provide legislations, to provide case laws, and access to basically or generally legal information from the Gambia. So we have a website where we have all this information.
Okay.
Exactly. And we also have a blog where we encourage legal practitioners, where we encourage law students to write. Maybe if there's a court ruling and you have an opinion about it, you can write about it and we can post it on the blog and people can read about your opinion. Because in that way it's more engaging and people get to learn about what's happening. Exactly. And it creates more awareness on what is happening.
Yes. Yeah. It's a big sensitization platform.
Exactly.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now coming back to the SHE Awards, what are your expectations and your aspirations? Where do you want to see it?
So honestly, I think the SHE Awards is already doing its thing. It has already grown.
Yeah, it has evolved.
And I'm looking forward to more diversity, more inclusion. I was so glad that we included rural women this year.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to us having more rural women on board. Because I feel like a lot of the young girls, they also need the inspiration. And unlike the role models we see here, we hardly get role models in rural Gambia. So looking forward to having them involved more, especially on the other categories that we have catered for. So yeah, looking forward to it to become bigger and better. Always.
And better, yeah.
Always.
Yeah, I've seen you awarded, was it an honorary award to an alkali? A female alkali of my own village, Jawara.
Yes.
Yes, and I was so glad when I saw it.
Aja Hadipane.
Hadipane, yeah.
Yes.
I saw it.
Yes.
And that was a
so
good thing.
So we gave out 2 honorary awards.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
One to Muskeba Drame, was it?
Yes.
Yeah,
and Aja Hadipane.
And Aja Hadipane. That was a good thing.
Yes.
Now, you worked with organizations like Safe Hands for Girls and Seize the First. How have they contributed in your capabilities and your development?
I am really grateful for the fact that I had the opportunity to work with these organizations, because one of the reasons why the SHE Awards came to mind is because of the fact that I had the opportunity to work with Safe Hands for Girls. So working with Safe Hands for Girls over the years from 2016, yeah.
Since you started UTG?
No, before I started UTG. Before even I got my results.
Really?
Yeah, I started going
from high school?
Just after my exams.
Okay.
Yes. So working with them over the years has given me the opportunity to identify a gap. And the gap was that young women had few successful women role models. And aside from the daily advocacy that we do and the campaign against gender-based violence, I feel like we need to do more in order to create gender equality aside from the advocacy. And that was how I came up with the approach of the SHE Awards. The fact that if we celebrate women's wins, if we, put our achievements out there, it's going to encourage girls and other young women to do more. And in that way, we're creating a balance and breaking the bias.
Yes.
So for me, that was an approach I decided to use. And I'm grateful to Safe Hands for Girls for
this serve as a big stepping stone.
Yes, exactly. And working with them over the years has given me that experience to really have that thought in mind. And she's the first I started which is the first last year as a GLI fellow.
Okay.
So it's mostly online. It's an organization that's not based in the Gambia, it's in the US. So they have fellows from different countries.
Oh, okay.
So this fellowship that they're organizing is the first of its kind, and I'm the only fellow they have in the Gambia. And in other countries, they have fellows from Sierra Leone, from India, and other places as well. So every month we have a session to talk about the things that we've done and how they can help to build our capacity and that of our organizations. So that has also been a great opportunity for me to get to learn on what best practices I can incorporate in the already existing work that I am doing. So both organizations have been, a stepping stone towards the work that I do and continue.
They've given you a big experience.
Yes.
And they will keep inspiring you to do more.
Definitely.
What would be your advice to a school-going girl who aspires to be a lawyer like you are?
Yes. So my advice to that girl is to keep her head up and know that she can also do it, and she can do more than I have done. She can graduate top of her class. I did top 10. She can graduate first.
Yes.
And I just want to tell that young girl that it's not an easy journey, but with determination, with dedication, with hard work, and of course respect, you can do so much more. And you can do it. So go for it.
Yeah.
If you put your head to something, you can definitely get it. So go get it.
Yeah, that's a good advice
Yes.
coming from a lawyer. What's your final remark to our viewers?
So I'd like to thank Fine TV for having me. It's really a pleasure to be here this evening.
The pleasure is ours.
Yes, and I'm even more excited to know that the person interviewing me is one of my favorite persons. So it's a pleasure, and thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, we're glad that we had you on our platform as well.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure having you. It's been a very good reunion because I don't know when was the last time we had this.
Yes.
This a session like this.
Yeah, a conversation
sitting together,
like this,
conversation like this, chatting and all that. It's been a pleasure having our guy on our platform. It's been a very wonderful conversation that we had with her. Till we come your way next Tuesday, I've been your host, Raki Jallow, and it's Fine TV Gambia, and it's a goodbye from me.